me and one of my past relationships, we're not even talking, but I guess entertaining, playing like with the same person.
The same girl.
The same girl. Same girl. Like, bro, how fucking weird and uncomfortable.
It's weird, but it's because that girl was a psycho because she's basically setting the both of them up.
It's like, it was a fucking setup. I don't care what anybody has to say. What's up, guys?
Welcome back to the motherfucking #1 comedy podcast about mental health.
Let us sing. Are we in chorus right now? I just forgot to put my lippy on. We are your hosts.
Do you see? Oh shit.
We're your hosts. We're your very buff mothers.
You're right. How buff?
Hey, mad buff.
Wait, hold on.
You can't even see
just. Nah, you can't see shit from that.
Yeah,
I tried.
I
tried. Hi everyone. This is the last episode of the year. Crazy. Welcome to the fucking third attempt of this fucking video.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Clearly we're mentally ill.
Dude. Well, the last recording that we did, it was great, but I don't like the end product of what was in there.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Which we love, an honest bestie.
Do you see? Okay, so if you guys are listening right now on Apple, Spotify, all of these different podcast platforms, please give us a rating and review. It would just help us a lot to like boost our shows, you know, into the algorithm of the interwebs. And if you guys are not watching on YouTube, please go over to YouTube right now so you can see the full video and you can see this amazing fucking first piece of mental chillness merch.
Yes,
dude, and it's actually a merch that's like been gifted to us. I'm gonna put her ad name and her, you know, everything right here. But one of my friend's cousin, Brianna,
she's an angel.
Yeah, her ad name is Studios YX. And she does like rug tuffing, and she made us our fucking logo
for free.
For real,
like, how
dude,
sweet.
And it's just so nice. And one of these days, I am gonna frame it so you'll see it like in the background of this, and you're gonna see it whenever we actually go into a studio, cause that's on the trajectory of growth for this potty. So yeah, yo, I fucking like witnessed Jules seize for the first time ever yesterday. Anybody actually, I've never seen anybody seize.
No way, nobody.
Like I've never seen anyone seize up. That's why when Kaylee texted me, I was like,
yeah, I felt it coming, and then I was like, I knew it was like 9:02, and I looked at her and I said, "Please text Con," and she was like, "Do you want her to come?"
Yeah, because I had already called you too.
Yeah, I forget that
you bitch. I fucking knew anytime that I have to do something with Jules and she doesn't fucking answer me, I'm like, this bitch is fucking dying.
I'm a fast texter. Like as soon as my phone is always near me. Like it's always like on me. So when I don't text fast enough, she's like, something's wrong. Something's off.
Something is wrong because if you didn't have seizure and if you didn't have epilepsy, my mind would have been like, she's busy. You know what I'm saying? But like, just because I know that you have that, I'm always like, is she fucking okay right now?
What's going on? So yeah, and then I remember her saying, last thing I literally remember was her saying, "Do you want her to come?" And I was like, I forget that you literally live like 5 minutes away. And I was like, I don't care. And then I literally just eye roll. And I was like, gone. Dude. And then I wake up to Con and Kaylee both like,
dude, it was so long. Her last episode was 8 minutes long. Me and Kaylee were like, do we call the ambulance? Well, when I got there, listen, I know. So when I got there, Kaylee was like, it's the last one was 5 minutes. I think I'm gonna call the ambulance. And I just looked at her and I was like, I do not think that she wants us to call the ambulance.
I would have woke up like,
I really was like, I know this bitch is gonna be so mad when she wakes up and some fucking ambulance is like right there.
And he's like, I'm just checking your vitals. What's your name? Do you know what day it is? What's your phone social? I would have been like, dude, Like, I would have woke up so mad. So thank God my friend knows me. Because I would have woke up tired.
I know, bitch.
Yeah, so,
very
grateful.
But what an experience.
Yeah.
It has really, really, like, okay, so, like, all of these times, me and Jules had a conversation about this, right?
Yeah.
Every time that I told her, I was like, okay, every time that you have a seizure and we have a plan to record, like, I'm gonna continue to record. That way, like, we're not, like, you know, missing shit and whatever, right? This time was, like, different because I was actually there for her, like, seizing and whatever. But seeing you, like, go through that has removed, like, all of anything of what I have ever felt about us, like, being behind on schedule or whatever it is. Because, like, seeing you having to go through that experience trumps whatever the fuck I feel about.
Yeah.
You know? Because, like, dude, like, I'm just dealing with, like, emotions. Your body is literally, like, I don't know, it's just, like, it really opened my eyes up to, like, the experience.
Humbling.
Because I've always, like, no, it's not even, like, humbling me. It's, like, it gave me such a different perspective. You've always heard about things, and then it's different when you go through it.
Yeah, that's
so it was just like, oh wow, like I just feel like any frustration that I have ever felt, I've never felt frustrations about Jules having seizures. Obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But there have always been times where I was like, okay, I understand that she's going through this, but like, what do I do now when I'm on this end, like trying to take care of everything else that has to do with this podcast? But now I'm like, you know what? We are just gonna take our time. Like, whenever you seize, you go through what you have to go through, you recover, and we will figure out like the best next way to go about it. Rather than me feeling like, damn, like now I have to stress more and more and more. I think it's really just kind of like taking that away from me.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, damn, bitch, that's a hard shit.
Yeah, and I'm very, very grateful that you actually did come over and you did comfort me, and she came with weed. So we was smoking. She was like, do you want to smoke? And I was like, do I want to smoke? And it literally instantly, like, because my muscles were going crazy. So I was so sore, like my body hurt, and she rolled up and I smoked, and I was like, this is exactly what I needed. I was literally laying down and I was like, like it was everything that I needed. And just her
woke up like
me.
I think I drew all my hair.
Yeah, no, literally, because my hair was like
she did. I watched it.
It felt like I had mousse in it. Like it was just like on my ear. Like I was like, I looked and I was like, I want to shower. I was like, yeah, I definitely drooled in my hair.
Dude.
So, but yeah, I really appreciate you being there.
No, yeah. Well, I'm glad that fuck. I forgot to do this in the beginning, so we're gonna do this now.
Alright.
So I'm really, really grateful. I say this all the time, but I'm very grateful for this podcast. I'm grateful for everything that it has really like shown me, taught me, and all of that. And a really cool part of this experience is learning how things work, right? And being like opening your eyes to like there really are no rules, and it's kind of cool that there really are no rules, even though there are ways of things how it works and whatever, you know. So like somebody reached out to us, which was the Overtired podcast. We did an ad swap with them, which I still highly recommend you guys checking them out if you enjoy like various topics from music, movies, like pop culture, technology, and then mental health and all of that. They're really great for that, just because it's a different perspective than me and Jules. We're younger, we are less established, we're like in the shit,
yeah,
and they are like
based on experience.
Yeah, like they are a little bit more grown than us. They have their careers set, they have like their shit going on, you know. So it's just cool to hear different perspectives and shit like that. But another one of my friends, actually, he has a podcast. He's also a local Orlando podcast, and I think it would be really cool if you enjoy anything that has to do with movies, films, TV shows, all of those different things. My friend Blake, he went to school. He went to UCF for films, like and like production. So he was already very like knowledgeable. But him and his brother actually have been kind of like running through like back and forth. What is it called? It's literally in their thing. But like they have been kind of just like debating about like these topics since they were little. So it's natural for them to come onto their podcast, creating a space where they have like managed to garnish over 200,000 followers on TikTok. You know, so like if you don't have the attention span, they have their TikTok for you, and if you do have the attention span, they have their full episodes and stuff on Apple and Spotify and like all, and they also stream on Twitch as well. So like the official app read.
Yeah, which I really love that their relationship is brother.
I know, right?
Like, that is so genuine. And
yeah, because like people with siblings probably know, or like even if you have like your closest friends that have like the same similar interests as you, like that's fun as fuck, and it's just kind of like a really cool, relatable aspect of theirs. Sure. But it's called Blake's Takes. It's a podcast where they discuss, debate, review, and rank TV and film. Co-hosted with his brother Garrett, these two love to talk about the current topics within the entertainment industry. Blake, a UCF film alumni, along with his brother Garrett, have been discussing and quoting movies ever since they were kids. So if you love to listen to all things film and TV related, head over to Blake's Takes. They've got you covered. And we're going to put their ads and everything in the description in here too. But yeah, shout out to everybody like doing their shit. I love that now I have like an idea of like, wow, I can reach out to other people, connect to other people with different things, and like we can all bond and share and put it like boost each other up.
100%. Like I think it's so awesome that a lot of my friends are starting to shine, like the way that you just posted Taina.
Yeah.
Like doing her
my friend ceramics. Ceramics pottery, my friend Jenny actually, she's gonna be back on the pod, but she just opened like her little bookstore and crystal shop and stuff. So I feel like this year, even though this was possibly one of the most dog shit years of years, I feel like everyone really bloomed. Like, or at least got into like the pathway of what fits them.
Really grew into themselves. Like, you know what's crazy? Like, we're showing the person who made this beautiful rug for us, and then I'm wearing earrings of a person who
is it Dorset?
I went to high school with, and her name is Ali Jewels on Instagram, ali.jewels, and she makes the cutest jewelry, belly jewels, and follow her on Instagram. And she makes the cutest little, and then look, my friend painted my jacket.
Yes! I just think support your local artists, support local businesses, support your friends, dude. The only reason why we exist is because all of our friends literally just show us like unconditional love and support. Yeah. The fact that we have 40 episodes out, like 40 something, the fact that like we came back from like a 3-4 month hiatus and was like, we're gonna keep going. No, for real. Like we grew so much within this year, and so I wanted to make this episode about all of the missed connections that we went through this year. Yes. Because I feel like it is easy to recall things that worked out and why you're grateful for them. But for me, it's more important even for me to recall what didn't work out and what the universe saved me from. Like things that I thought that I wanted when they weren't actually meant for me. I want to talk about that shit because I feel like that's all I went through this year.
Yeah, me too.
Like fucking, dude, I know.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like I feel like a lot of the things that I was really trying to put all my energy and trying to pour and fill my cup, the universe was like, girl, sorry, that cup's broken. You have a hole in that cup. Girl, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm sorry. So I just kept pouring into it, and then it was like, girl, your cup is literally empty. What are you doing? And I was like, you're right.
Hell yeah.
So now at the end of the year, I'm like,
dude, okay.
Overflowing my cup.
A couple years ago, I went through this situation with, it was like a little situationship, and I had come out of my long-term relationship, got interested with another person, and was about to fall into the same pattern that I always do, which was gonna fall into another serious relationship, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then that ended up not working out, and from there was when I learned this lesson, and I'm always quoting this. The moment that I learned that lesson, this tweet put it all into like perfect words for me. And the tweet was, shout out to God for protecting me from things I thought I wanted. Right? And it's because I thought that oh, I just broke up with someone, and I like a new person, and so why not just go into that thing with that new person because I emotionally have an attachment to them and whatever, right? The universe was like, fuck no, that's not gonna work out. And like, it took me a lot of fighting it to learn that like, oh shit, if it would have worked out with this person in this moment, it wouldn't have worked out long term anyways, because instead of taking any time at all to like evaluate how I'm doing on my own, how I like myself as a person, how I like this person, who they really are, do I really want to be with them, are we compatible, all of this different shit. I ignored all of it and was going to immediately jump into another relationship anyways because I just like this person. Because that's what made me happy in the time, because feeling that infatuation or whatever trumps self-awareness and like the actual thing that I should have done for myself. Either way, it didn't work out, and from there was when it sparked a new awareness in me of, wow, like I should be more accepting and I should be more able to surrender to things instead of fighting them. Because maybe it's actually good for me. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Like, so that's why, if you guys don't recall, a couple episodes ago, I said I completely accept this L. Yeah. I completely surrender to this fucking L. And I like throughout like the time in my life, I now have learned like when things come, I almost like, I learn to not fight it.
You know what I'm going literally unpacking right now and in therapy is my fight or flight mode, because bitch is strong. Like it's so.
What is like an example of fight or flight for you, for when it sparks up?
When it's good, I flight. I'm out. I'm like this is too good to be true. Like
damn,
nah,
for real?
Yeah. I'm like nah. I don't deserve it.
Oh my god. Okay, let's unpack this shit. I just unpacked this shit in therapy like last week. Okay. I was unpacking why it was so hard for me to ask people for things or ask for anything at all. Yeah. And then through the unpacking, I was like, I don't really know. I cannot ask for things if I don't feel like I deserve it. And then I was like, why the fuck do I need to deserve it? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But it's because of like I'm still unpacking it. So when, you know, when we get through this shit, I shout at you, know.
I'm in the middle.
But yeah, my therapist was literally like, okay. Oh, and then like he was comparing my experience to like my sister, right? So I was talking about how, damn, it's like really, really fucking hard for me to like ask for things, even from anyone, even my mom, anyone at all. And then I was like, it's kind of weird though, because like I don't see my sister or my brother like having a problem asking for things, right? And I mean it in the most basic ways. It's my sister's birthday, and my sister's like telling my brother like, what are you getting me for my birthday? I would never.
She'll be like, don't give me nothing.
Yeah, I literally say that. When my mom asks me what I want for my birthday, for Christmas, or whatever, I just say nothing, because I don't know. I don't know how to ask for it. But like
she's like, I know I want those shoes, but how am I gonna ask for those shoes?
Like, I'm not gonna ask for it. I'm just gonna get it for myself. But like that's the thing. Like, why do I have such a hard time, right? And then he started asking me like, so why do you think that your sister doesn't have a hard time? And then I started going through like, well, because I feel like she shouldn't. Well, I was like speaking for myself and my perspective of why she doesn't have a hard time. And so I was like, well, I feel like she deserves all of that shit because of what she's gone through in her life. You know, she's always had to be like the fucking strong, like head holder of this house. She's always had to help my parents for things. She's the first child. She's gone through all of these different things. And so I think that's why she should stand on the entitlement of what she deserves, because she does deserve all of that shit. And then he goes and he asked me what I've gone through in my life and blah, 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 blah. And I started talking about it. And I was just like, well, I don't feel like I've had to bear any responsibilities of what she's had to bear. So that's why I don't feel like I deserve it. And then I unpacked it more. And then I said something to him. I was like, well, she went through like a lot of different things, but regardless, we kind of went through the same things because we grew up together in the same house. And then he stopped me right there and he was like, do you know what you just said? You just literally said that you guys grew up and went through the similar things because you were in the same house. So then why do you think that you don't deserve it while you think she deserves everything? I was like...
she's flabbergasted.
I was like, I don't know. I don't know why I think I have to like... It might be something deeper about like maybe like how other people treated me when I was little or whatever. Again, when I unpack it, I'll let you know. But
it's on the way.
It is, because I don't know. But I never thought about that before. I was always just so stuck in my way of like, that's just not how I am. I don't ask for things. I'm independent. I'm this, I'm that, right?
Yeah.
And again, at one point in my life, those mechanisms might have worked for me because that's what was protecting me in that time. Mm-hmm. In the time of me building my independence, like maybe that would have worked for me and blah, 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 blah. But like right now, I'm not going through the same traumas and the same situation, and I'm not the same person. So what used to work for me then doesn't work for me now. And I'm in a place now where I need to be able to ask for help. I need to be able, because I'm not alone anymore. I'm not a scared little girl that is alone, that the whole world is against her anymore. I'm in a different place. I'm in a place where the world is with me and I have good people around me, and so I need to not push them away by my hyper independency. I need to be able to reel them into my life, but it starts with me. The initiation has to start with me. Bitch. Yeah. Anywho.
No, for real. But that's, yeah, I feel like for me, I don't ask. I ask for too much, but it's emotionally. It's not for like specific things. It's more of like, okay, well, can you just tell me how I'm feeling? Rather than me being honest with myself. So that's why I feel like right now, it's a lot of just like me work. Like it's
what
more
do you
like,
mean like you asking other people to tell you how you're feeling?
Like whenever something offends me or I want them to
justify it for you instead of you.
I never can understand why it hurt my feelings or like why they said it in that tone or why it affected me that way. Mm-hmm. But I always realize that it's something having to do with something fucking from like 5 years ago or when I was 12 years old.
Yeah, and you don't want to unpack it. And so you don't get into it in that moment. And so that's why you depend on other people to be able to stand on your side and tell you that you should feel this way.
Yeah.
When you... I have the same problem. I have the same problem.
Every single time. And then they're like, okay,
well, I don't
I
get manipulated, but I think the fear of people manipulating me is what even like, I'm like,
she's like,
I don't even let you try. But that's why I'm like, damn, I got natural tissue, man.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. Damn. So it gets pretty wild in there.
Dog. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Speaking of misconnections. Speaking of misconnection, bitch.
So,
Jules has some fucking hot tea.
I got a little bit caliente coffee.
Caliente coffee. Ah, so, damn! I want some coffee con leche right now.
I know, me too.
I will shit my pants out, but
I know she will.
Still.
Okay, so guys,
I feel like I'm so sorry, but I feel like I've gotten so much more comfortable with poop talk.
I love that for you.
Yeah, like
really?
Dude, 2 months ago, I would never be the person that joked that I would shit my pants.
Yeah?
It's just not within, my disciplines,
that's
you know?
Not even funny.
Dude, I feel like I'm like unholding myself. I am shy. I really am.
Okay, guys, so first of all,
yes.
I don't even know how to... Okay, so me and one of my past relationships, we're not even talking, but I guess entertaining, playing like with the same person.
The same girl.
The same girl. Same girl. Like, bro, how fucking weird and uncomfortable.
It's weird, but it's because that girl was a psycho because she's basically setting the both of them up.
It's like, it was a fucking setup. I don't care what anybody has to say. We're gonna call her...
We're gonna call her Stephanie.
We're gonna call her Stephanie, okay? Stephanie, okay? Stephanie knew what she was doing. Cause she knew that me and the other person had been with each other before. Okay, so it was giving delusional, it was giving psycho, and it was giving weird. Okay,
it's giving weird.
It's giving not funny, haha, funny weird. Anyway, so bitch, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I call one of my past relationships and I'm like, hey, just wanted to see how you're doing, mental health check-in, whatever. We ended up, talking, and I ended up bringing the person up because, I'm comfortable with the person, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm basically, like, getting to know as a friend, like, and then the person goes, really? Because she just left my house last night. And I'm like, Stephanie? Are you kidding me? I just had breakfast with her this morning. Que carajo. I'm like, and then the thing I feel like that makes me feel a little weird, and I'm not trying to put nobody on blast. I'm just talking, I do this podcast for my experience, and that's it.
Dog, so just don't be fucking a weirdo, yo.
If you're a part of my experience, I'm sorry, but you will be here. That's it. Anyway, so the thing is, the girl, had a hickey, and I'm like, oh my god, haha, that's so funny, you have a hickey, and she's like, ha 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 ha, and me not knowing the hickey's from
her
from like, girl, like from someone that I was like, that made me feel so, and the thing that is so, and I cried so much about it because I got so disrespected so much that week from my job, from Stephanie. I felt so walked over that I was like, it's because she knew that about me and the past person, and then you're gonna sit here and hang out and chill with both of us. Like
it's really fucking weird.
It's giving really weird. It's giving delusional, and then it's the fact that it's like,
no, it's giving psycho. Why are you sitting here trying to get into both pussies and connecting the dot by yourself, thinking that these pussies are not gonna fucking reconnect back to each other?
Here's my thing: is the fact that she was asking us questions about each other.
Dude, like,
it's
why?
giving weird. Like, it's giving like.
I'm interested to know. Please share with us your weirdo stories, because what the shit that people are doing out here.
I don't understand. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not interested. Like, that is giving so weird. Like, I genuinely was concerned. I was like,
so weird.
I got the ick. So I was like crawling. Like, I was like, I threw up. Like, when I found out, because I was driving, when I called the person, I pulled over and I was literally like hyperventilating and I started yakking. Like, I was literally like shaking. Like, I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Dude,
but I couldn't believe it because you can't trust nobody.
It's
you can't.
Gross.
I literally had to like re-heal. I had to like
burn another letter. All of that shit.
I'm not offended, but it's just like, you cannot trust anybody, girl. So it's just, life was lifing. But I'm back. Obviously, I'm back. Come on now. Nobody can break me fucking down. But I definitely had to go back to therapy. Bitch, I mean, I don't know. I'm in and out of therapy. I just feel like therapists always try to push medicine on me, and I'm like, I know I'm bipolar, but damn, come on, I want that to be like my last resort. So it's hard. But I officially got like diagnosed. So it's been like, days are different now. BPD. But
she's a diagnosed, shall we?
But yeah, so it's for real, guys. But yeah, that's my little story time with me.
Dude, what? Can you guys please share with us like your weirdo stories, because people are really fucking disgusting and gross.
Delusional.
I know, but you know what? This year.
But the thing is, no, wait, hold on. Cause me and my past, one of my past relationships, we had let the person know, like, hey, we are unemotionally unavailable. We were just getting to know as a friend, like wanting to, but it was still the fact that it was like played.
No, it's like a setup. It's set up, and it
didn't make me feel good. It didn't.
Nar.
So it was never like
Jules got 2 eggs in like 2 weeks, dog. It was so fucking funny.
No, literally. So that's the done. But yeah.
Well,
New year, new me.
Bitch. Well, I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. So when you guys are watching this, I'm getting a haircut
tomorrow. That's why she
tomorrow.
put her hair in space buns. She's like, you're not even gonna be able to see the difference.
Girl, I'm about to be a man. I'm cutting my shit into like a mullet, like a short mullet.
I'm literally gonna be here for it.
I'm really excited.
Okay, are you gonna change the color?
No, this is the first year in 5 years that I'm back to all black. But this is another thing though, I feel that I have broken it's really cool. Growing up is really fucking cool. Growing up is really cool, even though it hurts a lot, even though it hurts being in your 20s. It really does, because if you think about it, you are not in any like established like placements. You know what I'm saying? You just got out of school. You are currently probably in school, maybe some of you.
Yeah.
You're just now finding yourself in the workforce. You're just now finding your work ethic. You are now like officially going on to supporting yourself. And this is like, you know, for most people and whatever. And like, dude, this is like the first time that like you are not really gonna be in the same space every single day with your friends. You're finding new friends. You're finding yourself out. You're probably navigating through different relationships. Maybe you're having sex for the first time. Maybe like all of these different things. And I'm listing them out as reminders that these are things that are happening in our 20s, and that's why we need to remember that whatever you're feeling, you're supposed to feel it. You're not supposed to be as successful as the fucking 20 fucking year old millionaire OnlyFans boys and girls. You're not gonna be fucking as established as the fucking trust fund babies that are out there like popping off on the internet. You're not gonna be as established as people who maybe have found their calling and whatever the fuck and were like early bloomers at like fucking 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's life and situation is different than yours, and so the only way to feel okay about navigating through your own life is to accept that this is your own life, and all of the things that you are comparing yourself to other people about, those are things that are out of your control. And you know,
it's literally so fucking normal. Like for me, I always beat myself. Whenever, I remember in therapy, I unpackaged this. I said, I just want to love myself. I just want to love myself. And my therapist literally looked at me and said, tell me about yourself. And I was like, this was like when I first started. I think I was like 19. And I was like, and he said, how are you going to love someone you don't know? And I was like, so ever since then, I was like, I can't really beat myself up for all these years that I didn't really love myself, because it's like, once again, I am still growing into myself and growing into the person that I know that I am and that I want to be. So I'm just very grateful for the ride. And now I know that as corny as it sounds, I love the journey.
Yeah.
Like, I really love the ugly part, the ugly cry moments, where I'm in the car and I'm literally just sobbing and cars are driving by and I have like a bullfish car and I'm like, hey, have a good day, Tim. I'm grateful for every single day. I'm not even gonna lie. Like before I would be like, I just want to love myself. I go back to my old journals and it's like, I just want to feel pretty. But it's like, I wish I can go back to like the Jules back then and just hug her.
Aww.
Because it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't beat yourself up for all the times that you didn't love yourself, because you were navigating through in a time of like crisis.
Yeah.
And you did what you had to do. You made it.
Yeah, I'm fucking here.
You're fucking
here, yeah.
Now we need to figure out that epilepsy.
I know, man.
Dude, if there's anyone listening to this podcast with experience with epilepsy, or you have people in your life with epilepsy or whatever, and you have any kind of information at all that you can throw at us, because we're like literally trying to figure out why she's like seizing without stress, without like loss of sleep, without like,
sometimes they just happen,
you know.
So trying to figure shit out here.
I know.
Yeah, trying to get a little.
Well, one last thing that I wanted to say is that I feel that this entire year has done nothing but humble me. Dog. Like, but this is the
few punches in the chest.
This is the coolest thing though. This is why I say that growing up is so cool, right?
It is.
When I have money.
That means she
and I say that right now because I got no money right now.
That means she broke right now.
Like for real, I got no money right now. I'm crying inside. But when I had money, when I had money, I had zero motivation to actually do things that were good for me, because I had such I had the luxury to afford. Okay, meaning I'm a really good cook. But
yes,
for a long time, I just didn't cook for myself, and I just didn't cook at home because I would always be so busy. So I never wanted to spend time at home cooking and cleaning. To me, if I wanted to eat, the fastest thing would be like, okay, I'll go to wherever I like and whatever because I have money, right? Right? And that was cool. That was cool because I experienced a lot, and I experienced a lot of spoiling myself, treating myself, and all of these things. I just found my spark of cooking at home again, and the motivation is that I'm so fucking broke. I can't afford to do anything else, but the coolest thing is that I'm not fucking crying about it.
Yeah.
I have just felt a brand new inspiration and motivation to, and may I say joy?
Yeah, it's like quality time with yourself.
In thinking about what to cook, what I want to eat, how to nourish my body. Like, it has given me all of these things back. So like, in a way, I got no money right now, but I got everything else. Okay?
I put like jazz music on, I put my little apron, and I'm like, alrighty, I'm cutting chicken. Anybody walks in, they're like, what is she doing? I'm like, ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da.
Now, like, because I ain't got no money, all I think about is like, okay, like, we're gonna stay home today.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, I'm sad I'm staying home because I got no money. It's more like, okay, we're gonna stay home today. What can we do at home? How can we enjoy our time at home?
Yeah.
And so I always think about like, okay, thank God I have carbon. Sometimes I can't afford weed anymore, but right now I still can. So I got my weed. I have shows and stuff that I can watch and catch up on. Christmas gifts to wrap, clean the house, different errands that I put. You know what I'm saying? So it has really, really
adulting.
Yeah, like really transformed me back into a humble human. I don't. My sister
is the queen.
Literally, she finds joys in that shit, so she wraps all of our presents except for her own. I have to wrap her presents, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I'm not gonna make her wrap her own presents, but then I'm always like dreading it. I'm like, God fucking damn it, now I have to wrap.
Jesus.
And it's only like 5 things compared to her wrapping 27. But, still.
Literally.
But I feel that I've been very humbled. I feel that I've also been humbled in so many ways. All of them really do have to tie back into financial, but I know myself and I know that I'm like very much a financial person because I afford everything for myself. Not that I don't have the luxury and opportunity to move back in with my parents. My parents would love that shit. But the thing is, I moved out of my house for a reason. I moved out of my house to be my own person because under the same roof as my parents, there are still a lot of things that are untalked about, undiscussed, things that I still have to hide. All of these different things that really would just not be great for my mental health and my well-being as a person. So I moved myself out so that I can be my own person and from a distance, you know, connect and reconnect and love my parents and everything. Do I have the opportunity to move back in with my parents and save all my money if I really wanted or needed to? Yes. Do my parents offer me? Yes. Would they love that? Yes. Would it bring me back to how I was when all of my life growing up till I was 19 being in that house? Yes. And so I will not sacrifice everything that I have built for myself as my own foundation of my being without being suppressed. I will not bring myself back into a house to where I would have to continue to hide what I've freed myself from. Yeah. And it's not because it's my parents' fault or anything. It's that these are the stages of our relationship, and our relationship is just still at a stage where we're really still learning, and we're really, you know.
Yeah.
And so I am a financial person because I do not have. Even though I do have the option, I do not have the luxury of moving back in with my parents because I'm just not gonna. Yeah. You know? And so everything does go back to, everything does go back to finance. And so that's why this entire year I feel that it has been the roughest financial year of my life, but the trade-off is truly everything else. The trade-off is truly learning how to surrender, learning how to kind of like prioritize, like, you know, fucking weed, eating out, all of these different things, really
that
making
you do,
myself
but you don't really need.
Yeah, and then really making myself be responsible down to the T because I have to, you know? And all of these different things that I just kind of like really let go of because I had the luxury of having money. Now I'm like, I feel this is the best way to put it. When right before I moved out of my parents' house was when I had the worst fucking like time ever, right? That was before this time right here. That was the brokest I had ever been. I was in credit card debt because I got scammed. I was like 17, right? Or like 18, yeah. I got scammed. I was in between like fucking like 7 different jobs because I just couldn't find one that would make me money, one that I would like, all of these different things. I was just kind of like in like an explorative like stage. And so like that was when I would wake up in panic attacks because like literally I had no money. My bank account would be negative every day, like overdrawn, like whatever it is, right? And since then, I have always been very grateful that like I haven't felt that. This year, I have felt that times 10.
Yeah.
Like times 10, right? Like this year was the first year that I like woke up in panic attacks, woke up crying, all of these different things that I experienced. But it was almost like I felt a death and rebirth of a new person again.
Yeah.
Because I got humbled by being put into a place where I didn't want to be into a hole that is so deep that like seems impossible sometimes to get out. That has really humbled me. But in return, my ability to go through it and come out blooming, right? My ability to like draw back into myself, be mindful of what is happening right now, being aware of what serves me, what doesn't serve me, and being resilient enough to continue to grow. I feel like the trade-off of not having money for everything that I've learned about myself and all the trust that I've built within myself this year, take it any day.
Take it.
I'll dig myself out of my debt, but I love that I have a great foundation and I'm a lot more confident in myself as a person, a lot more confident in my ability to do things, in my ability to be alone, my solitude, in my ability to read people, in my ability in like knowing when and who and what, like, dude, I also went through like a weirdo this year. And like, I'm like,
grateful for it. And
hell
that's the
yeah.
thing, like I feel like all the lessons that I've had this year, like I wouldn't want it any other way. Like, and no matter how bad, how good, the sleepless nights, the loneliness, the missing the companionship, like I wouldn't want the broke nights, because I had some broke nights too, don't get me wrong. Switching
this,
jobs.
when we first started this podcast, Jules was where I am and I'm where she is. And now we like
switch, like, you know, so it's like I am all those, even when I cry, even when I know that I feel like I have to cry, I just cry. Because even sometimes that same day, I'll feel so released and so much better and so clear-minded that I'm like, damn, fuck, I needed that cry. And it sounds so crazy, but even yesterday when I had the seizure, later on that night when I was hanging out with my cousin and I was in her energy, I was literally like, I needed that seizure. Like, I needed to release that stress.
Whoa.
Like, it sounds so fucking crazy, but I felt so, like, refreshed. It sounds so fucking bizarre, but I was literally, like, hanging out with my cousin, and I was like, yeah, I had a seizure today. And she was like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing here? And I was like, yeah. I don't know. It's like crazy.
It's fine.
Everything that I go through, I always, in the moment, it feels so, because especially with BPD, my feelings are so, we can get the same information and I'll have to walk out the room and I will literally start like hyperventilating and I'll be like, there's moments where I cannot help the way that I react to things. So I react so terribly. And then 20 minutes later, a next day later, a week later, I'll regret it. But it's too fucking late. There has been moments where I react, I'm not even gonna say this on camera, but it's like, it's terrible. My emotions are so amplified and it's like, almost like it's death. And I'm like, and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, I don't know. And then they got the same information I did. And then they're like, Jules, like, calm down. And then them telling me to calm down is getting me more mad. And it's just, so I'm very grateful that I'm able to see it for what it is and come to the moment of awareness, because I am trying to be as aware as God. Let's go right here. But
sometimes I feel like I'm too aware. Sometimes I feel like I'm like hog-eyeing everyone. I'm like,
bro, she knows. I'm gonna tell you one thing. We tried to do this first episode. I sat down. She looked at me. She said, "I don't like this."
That was the first attempt.
She said, "I don't like this. What's going on with you?" And I went. I said, everybody just thinks that they can disrespect me. And she was like, so what's going on? Come on, do you want to smoke? And I was like, yeah. Like, she just knew. And because I tried to still record, because the thing is, this is my therapy. So me trying to feel better, me being like, this usually makes me feel better. So the minute I sat down, she was like, giving me side eye. I was like,
I know. I was giving her side eye, and I was like, is she noticing my side eyes or not?
I noticed the side eye.
I'm like, does she know? Does she know that we're in a mood or not? Like,
so I'm there and I'm like, I'm still trying, and I'm like, oh, because this is my therapy. This genuinely, I sit and I feel better. But so I was like, maybe it's gonna happen. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, I forgot to do the Fairy Buff Mothers. I forgot a lot of things, and she literally goes, I don't like this. What's going on? What's good with you? And the thing is, sometimes she can come off strong, but I need that, okay? So everybody talks to me like, oh, what's the matter? You want to hug?
listen.
So she was literally
if you want a friend that will beat your ass with words, hit me up, baby.
She was literally like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's good? Because we're not gonna do this if you're gonna be like that. And I was like, I just feel like everybody thinks they're good. So I definitely, this relationship is something I'm super grateful for.
Amazing. Bitch, it's time for our favorite segment. Can I just say that I love that Quit That Shit has really become a thing.
I know.
And like, I just love it.
Every time I see any of my friends, they're like, merch. My cousin, literally, I was just Alani. She was like, girl, so merch.
Merch is coming 2023. We're working on it.
They want the smiley face.
Can you please just let me get out of this fucking debt, and then I will give you what you want when I pull myself out of this debt, okay? Believe in me, baby. I got you.
It's on the way, I promise.
Exactly. All right.
Alrighty.
So I feel like all of my Quit That Shit has kind of like related in like the same sense of like me trying to really like, oh, I unpacked this with my therapist. Remember how I always said that like I really want to be like the true bitch that I am?
Yeah.
We're unpacking it right now. Okay. So I need to stop saying that I want to be a bitch, right? Because me saying that I want to be a bitch is still giving the people the power, because I only refer to myself as that way because that's what I learned from when I was younger, how people thought of me or how people made me feel, right? And if I keep referring to that, then I'm still giving them the power over their opinion over me. I just want to be real. I just want to be honest. I just want to be real. I don't want to be nothing else. But I have to be able to be like that, and that's not being bitchy. If you can't take me as I am, then sorry, that's your own fucking problem.
Then we can't be friends.
Exactly, but I need to like reword it within myself, you know? And so I was like, words are important.
Words are very fucking important.
Yes, and so my Quit That Shit is I really, really want to quit the way that I word things about myself. The way that I word things about shit when it comes to me. Like saying that I don't deserve to be asking for things, or I just don't know how to do it, or I'm just not a TikTok bitch, or all of these different things are just things that I'm putting on myself as like fixed personalities, or whatever, when I can just reword it and I can just kind of make myself feel better and I can just be a little more honest with myself. So my Quit That Shit is to quit wording things that are not really to their honesty of the reality.
I love that. And you know what's so fucking crazy? Me fucking too. Yeah, bitch, because you know what? Quit that shit. Thank you. Because to be honest, my Quit That Shit is the same thing. Because a lot of people think because I'm this nice person and I'm so genuine and I treat people the way that they want to be treated, they think they could disrespect me. You got the wrong fucking one. Thank you, no. So I need to start either buckling down or being nice to the people that are nice to me, and not just be nice and just throw my nice away and just throw my nice to everybody, because it is mentally and draining for me.
It
All
is
my
draining.
energy.
Anything that you give a little to is like it takes out of your cup.
All my energy at the end of the week, sometimes at the end of the day, is like, we need to be recharged. We need to be recharged. So, bitch, it gets tiring. So, one thing I need to quit that shit is stop being nice to everybody, only the people, and not the people that deserve it. But I guess
being more selective with your energy.
Because I get it. The person that's having a shitty day, I don't have to go out of my way. And sometimes I feel like I just do the most. And it's very draining on me. So
before you do the most, question if it's in your true intention and within your energy capacity.
Yeah, because I just get really disrespected and walked over.
And she's had it!
I know that I'm nice and I'm never going to go out of my way to be mean. That's never going to be my intention. But I'm not going to get disrespected. I'm sorry, but I'm not that bitch. So yeah, that's my quit that shit.
Yes! Please let us know what is your quit that shit. And also, for the last fucking time, thank you so much for sticking through with us this year. Thank you so much for like showing us all of your support. Thank you for connecting with us. Thank you for listening every Monday. Thank you for sharing this with your friends. Thank you for making us the top 15 most followed and most shared podcasts on Spotify. And again, we will give you merch in the new year. We will give you better conversations, guests, laughter, all of that shit. And we're just really, really grateful. We hope that you had a great Christmas. And if you didn't, and if you had a hard time, we feel you and we're here for you. If you want to just, give us a little vent, you can do that too. Our DMs are open. Exactly. We also have a section in Spotify, like under our podcast for like comments and topics and whatever it is that you guys want to like start the conversation with us with. There's a section in there for you to be able to do that.
Connect with us.
We also have a buy us a coffee on our links. It's just a donation, like kind of like base platform for whatever you guys want to kind of like donate to us. If you ever feel like it gives the option of like $1, $2, $3. It's basically buying us a cup of coffee. Yeah. So we just always forget to fucking put that out there. Yeah. So, but besides truly, before any of that, we would just appreciate it if you would just leave us a rate and a review and a little comment and a subscribe. All the free shit that you can do. That would mean a lot to us. Yes. So yeah, we will see you in the new year. I believe in you. Sorry, I was trying to like clap a fly. But
get that fly, bitch.
But I believe in you. Have a great new year. I'm just gonna be home alone with Carbon, probably drinking a bottle of wine and baking some pies. So.
We love that. I'll be here.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. We love you.
Oh wait, hold on.
Our social. Alrighty, guys. You know where to find us on Instagram at mentalchillness.podcast. We're on TikTok at mentalchillness11. Facebook at Mental Chillness. I am Lots of Jewels with two S's.
I am Mega Khan, and our YouTube channel is Mental Chillness. And yeah, we love you.
We are out of here, guys.
Bye. Bye. That was a good ass recording, bitch.
That was amazing.
That's better. That was the take. That was the take, okay?
3 takes, okay?
Exactly.